Welcome back to News 19 this morning. It is that time of year again when Midland's DJs will compete for this thing, the News 19 Golden Fork Award.
Yes, highly coveted. They're cooking up their best breakfast items, which will be judged by, of course, our expert chef. Joining us this morning is Shelly from WMHK. Thank you so much. And I must say, you are the reigning champion.
I am. I've left my tiara at home.
You brought your trophy, but you didn't bring the tiara. But you're defending your title.
I'm hoping to. I'm hoping to.
You certainly wowed the judges last year too.
Yes,
well, that was cool.
Did.
That was a lot of fun. It was really fun. And the funniest part is how many mornings I had to fix that for my children.
Really?
After the Golden Fork, and they're like, "Can we eat with the Golden Fork? Like, don't touch the Golden Fork. You may look at it, don't touch it."
I thought it kind of makes like a nice spatula. You need it. But this is Heather's. This is the one. This is not the one we're going to be giving away. This is last year's because it has your name on it.
Yes. No one else can have that one.
Unless you win again, then we'll put like a little check mark next to it.
Right, exactly.
A little tick mark.
Little star, right?
You're right.
So what are you making for us today?
Oh, well, I'll be making Golden Fork French toast with a brown butter raspberry sauce and syrup.
Brown butter raspberry sauce.
Now that sounds really fancy, but it's just French toast with mashed up raspberries. And so there are times on Saturdays when you wake up and you're like, I don't want the same old thing.
Right.
So these are all the things you would either have at home or can get for nothing and really quickly. So on a Saturday morning, it's kind of what you need.
Absolutely.
So the easiest thing to do is buy the French bread, which you can get for $1, right? This is the best kind of stuff I've found to use because it's already slotted there.
So you already know where to cut it.
Exactly.
As little brain power as possible on a Saturday morning. I like where your head's at.
Yes. I mean, sometimes I'll cut them in half just to get more, but it's best to cut it and leave it out to be stale for at least a day.
Oh, okay.
You don't want this stuff fresh. That's the biggest problem. Every time I'd make French toast, pull the bread out of the bag, and it would fall apart.
Yes.
Like, I can't fry that.
What's going on?
Is that my problem?
Staleness, the stale bread is the key to French toast.
So Dale bread is what you need.
Dale bread, slice it, let it sit. Even my dad last night's like, you better put this up. No, Dad, just leave it alone, I promise.
Okay.
So also the key, fat is flavor. So when you're making stuff like this, you gotta go with whole milk.
Okay, we can do whole milk.
Some
people say whole milk is better.
Okay, yeah, no, I didn't say this was skinny French toast. So the best thing to do, usually 1.5 cups of whole milk would be great.
Okay.
So we've got 1, then my 1/2 cup.
Okay.
So that's easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and then 4 eggs.
4 eggs.
4 eggs.
And our expert chef Milo, he told us if you ever break the egg in your bowl or whatever, the best way to get it out is by using an eggshell. It's like a magnet.
Brilliant.
It's like a magnet. Yeah, so I learned.
Makes sense.
That's something I learned here.
Well, see, this is something that the kids can help you do.
Yeah, that's fun on a Saturday morning. Definitely.
Are you kidding? So there will probably be eggshells.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with crunchy French toast.
No,
okay?
it's real. It's high fiber right at that point, right? Well,
Get all the nutrients.
Well, I did read an article about how eggshells can be used for good things, and I'm like, I don't think so. The key also to good sweetness is dark brown sugar. Everyone uses light brown, but it's got the good molasses in it, so I just use like 1/8 cup of brown sugar, but you can really use anything you have. And then the rest of just plain old regular sugar.
Oh, wow.
And while we're doing this and letting it sit, put 1/2 cup of sugar in a bowl, and whatever berries, or a little more, and whatever berries that you have on hand. I just happen to have raspberries, and I let them thaw in the fridge.
Okay. Oh, that looks so
Whatever
good.
frozen, I mean, this would work great, like mangoes, strawberries, blackberries, blueberries, anything you have.
Okay.
And then just let this sit for a little bit. I'm not even going to do anything special to it.
That's it.
But
Just
mix
let
it.
the natural juices
Let
come
it
out.
sit.
Wow.
Yep. So that will sit while we're doing the rest of this.
Okay.
So I've got this together. I've got the sugar in. I've got the eggs.
Oh, vanilla's my favorite.
That's my favorite. I add that to almost everything. I would add that to scrambled eggs if I could.
I'm telling you, vanilla also is your friend. So you can never, I don't really think you can ever have
Just dump a
too
little bit
much.
more in there.
Vanilla.
There you go.
Heather,
A teaspoon-ish.
We do have to go to break right now. However, we're going to mix this up, put it in the frying pan, and then we'll be back to figure out how it turned out at the end. So stay with us. We're back with more news, weather, and traffic just after the break.
Welcome back to News 19 this morning. Our WLTX cook-off continues. Everyone here is competing for this, the coveted WLTX Golden Fork, and you can see the name down there. Our defending champ, Shelly, smoking up the kitchen right now. Wow. She is back defending your title, also making a breakfast item. We also have Chef Milo joining us again. You are going to be our judge, making sure she's not messing things up here, right?
Yes,
she's a troublemaker, guys. All right, Heather, so remind us again what you are making this morning.
So I'm making French toast with a little smoke.
A side of smoke, right?
A side of smoke with a browned butter and raspberry sauce.
Okay.
Now, it sounds fancy, but that's just kind of to fancy up French toast. Because, you know, when you're sitting home on a Saturday morning and you think, I'd really like to have something different, but, you know, what have we got? Well, you've got everything on hand that you need. It just takes a little bit of extra time. You've got this French bread that you leave to sit out for a day.
So even if you have stale bread, it works too.
It's perfect.
Okay.
It's much better. Frozen berries and sugar, and right now I'm letting the butter brown. And all you do is put butter in a pan and let it brown.
What temperature do you have that cooking at
Medium
right now?
high, and you have to watch it because butter goes from wow to woo really quickly. So when it's browned, it gives it a whole different flavor, and it's really like to zip up pasta dishes, because my daughter will eat pasta and butter for ages. But if I brown the butter
on anything tastes amazing.
But brown butter, for some reason, I know, and it's just, if it browns, it gives it this nutty little flavor. So you can see it's kind of a little foamy, but underneath it, it's not a pale yellow. It's a really golden color. The deeper it gets, the better it gets. If you really want to try something crazy, buttercream frosting with brown butter.
Wow.
You'll never eat it any other way.
So what are you going to use the butter for?
So normally, when you make French toast, you have a little bit of butter. And so I think it's getting just about as brown as I would like, as brown as I'm comfortable with. And so I've got a couple of pieces of French toast here. And what I would do first is put just a little tiny bit of the butter.
Chef Miles, she's just multitasking, all the arms, everything.
I love it.
A little bit of the brown butter on the toast.
That looks amazing.
Oh, it's just brown butter is crazy
It smells good too.
Doesn't it? It does.
Against the
It really
sugar
does.
on the French toast.
And then a little bit of the berries, which is never bad. See, I mean, it's healthy, right?
Yes.
It's got berries, has to be healthy.
Fruits and vegetables.
Exactly. Grains. And then if you want, plain old syrup.
Okay.
So you have something that it's got a nice flavor combination to it. You got a little savory, got a little sweet, and that brown butter adds something different. And it's not just, you know, French toast on a Saturday morning. It sounds fancy and it looks a little fancy.
You made it a little classy and something that you can do with the kids.
Exactly.
So you're making my stomach go crazy right now. So instead of waiting, how about we sample this? I know Chef Milo, you are the one who actually does have to taste this.
Yes,
though.
all right.
Because you are our judge.
And I think I will go syrup today.
Okay.
There you go.
So a nice little drizzle over there for us. Let's get that.
So what
first.
are some of the things that you're going to be looking for in this dish as you're tasting it?
Well, first of all, I'm looking for a firm but still soft in the center toast. You really don't want it to be soggy all the way through. And Heather has left her bread out to stale, as she mentioned, which is an absolutely vital stage of the process. It's also important not to overwhelm it with sweet and sort of let any savory notes really come out. And I think that brown butter sauce that she's added in there is really going to go a long way to achieving that.
She's getting some points there.
She is, but pre-bite points. So let's see if she can get a few more.
Make sure it's the real points, right? What do you think?
Heather, that's fantastic.
All right,
I like it a lot.
We're going to let Chef Milo continue tasting this, letting it marinate a little bit. Heather, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
This trophy belongs to you. We're going to see if you're going to get another one. We are announcing the winner on Monday. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys don't go anywhere. More News 19 this morning, right after this.